All right, looks like we are live. If you guys actually click on the video, you'll be able to open up in YouTube so you guys can comment and interact. We'll give it a few seconds here. Okay. Hello. Okay, let's go ahead and get started here. It looks like I actually made it on time, which is awesome. Make sure I'm recording all of this. Okay, so in today's webinar, we're going to go over a few different things. I want to go over research. I want to go over creating some book covers, a few tricks to do some stuff with interiors. We're going to talk about, the listing process, keywords, all that great jazz, and then listing it on Amazon. Any questions you guys have at any time, drop them in the comments. I will be watching those. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So I am kind of going at this with some fresh eyes here. Haven't really prepared much in terms of, hey, what am I going to research beforehand? I have one or two topics we're going to go over. But other than that, I'm going to kind of just go where the research takes me, and we'll see what happens. So hello to all of you that are showing up in the comments. Awesome to see you here. So I'm going to go through my research process kind of from beginning to finding something that I actually want to sell, and then we're going to create something. So the first thing I'm going to do is inside of BookBolt, instead of spending all of your time on Amazon, which that's what I used to do, takes a long time, works great, but it's a huge time sink. So I'm going to go inside of BookBolt. You guys can see my account right here. We're going to head over to the cloud module. Now, the cloud is going to show you the best selling KDP books in any type of category at any day here. So what people usually will do, they'll come in here, they won't change any settings, and they'll simply click on search. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change these around a little bit, because I always like to look, where other people are not looking, which means less competition for me and less competition for you guys if you do this as well. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to keep the category the same. I'm just going to keep it at notebook. We're going to change the best sellers by top 1,000, and we're going to crank this BSR way up there, okay? We're going to keep the price the same. So we want to see all of the books from $0 in price up to $100. It's going to cover pretty much everything. BSR range, so that's the sales rank range. Real quick, a sales rank of 1 in the book category is the best selling book in that category. A sales rank of like 5 million has probably sold once in the last month or two. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. I'm not going to enter any keywords, and I'm going to click search. We'll let this come back with the results. Now we'll see the results data here. Okay, top 1,000 best sellers. Some pricing data, average sales rank, so on and so forth. And then over on the right-hand side, these are going to be keywords that are included on the page that are going to show you, hey, these books that are actually really selling well have used these different keywords in them. So you can come in here and notice that, hey, we searched in the notebook category, no wonder notebooks showing up a bunch. There's some comics in here, composition, ruled notebooks, all good so far. So what people usually will do, they'll come down here and they'll just start looking at this, right? Like, okay, this sketchbook is, 594 reviews, selling extremely well. It's priced really low. You probably can't compete with that. Some of these are priced very, 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 very low. But if you come down here, you'll start to see something like this, okay? Handwriting practice paper. 200 pages. It's $8.99, so they're making $1 or $2. It's got 14 reviews, and it's selling really, really well. One of the things that I think people don't look deep enough into is if you come in here, for example, this handwriting practice paper, what you'll want to do is, you can open these. These are all links. You can open them on Amazon and see, hey, it's a bestseller. It's doing really well. Let's actually take a look inside. All right, pretty simple interior, right? I mean, it's just handwriting paper. So this product is doing well. However, it's priced at $865 right now. If you come in here and you click on this button, this is going to show you the sales rank history and the price history over time. So why is that important? Excuse me, it tells you, did the seller change anything about their pricing strategy to help them out? All right, because we want to be able to mimic the strategy, not the design, not exactly the interior, the strategy of the people that are where we want to be. So for example, this guy is selling, or girl is selling, a ton of different copies of this book. I wonder if they changed their pricing strategy at all. Now, I haven't looked at this at all before I came in here, so let's take a look. On January 30th, so that was a couple months ago, right? It's 4/15. January 30th, they actually had it priced at $7.99, which is $1 something below, or it's about, what, 65 cents? Is that what I saw? I think so. Yeah, so they had it priced a little bit lower a few months ago. As you see, the sales rank here is going to be in blue. When a sales rank drops, it means the product is getting more sales, okay? So that is a very, very, very basic understanding of how this works. But the sales rank dropped way down here. It dropped again, and you see that as the sales rank dropped, so they're making more sales, this seller decided, okay, I'm making more sales. Maybe they're running AMS ads. I don't know. They decided, I'm making more sales. My sales rank is going down. So what do? They bumped their price up to $8.99, okay? So at $8.99, their sales rank is still down here at 2,084. You'll see it bumped up a little bit. So what did the seller do when their sales rank started going up? Meaning they're making a little bit less sales. They decided to drop their price to $8.68. Weird price, but you can see the seller, like, what they're doing as a historical graph. Like, I can't tell you how important that is, because it shows you that this seller is actively paying attention to their account and changing things. They're not setting it and forgetting it, okay? So always make sure you're taking a look at these graphs if they're available, because it'll allow you to take their pricing strategy and implement it into your own books. But going back to what we were talking about previously, when people come into the cloud, this is where I typically start my research process. They'll start just taking a look at the bestsellers, right? Like, everyone has probably seen this book that I was just looking at, especially if they have a Book Bolt account, they've seen this one. What they're not seeing probably is, let's just go to the 8th page, all right? So all of a sudden, you see books that have just a few rankings. Here's 8 reviews, so we know this one is selling really well. Look at that cover. Let me open it up so you guys can see this. Okay, so here is this amazing cover. Let me click it. I work hard so my dog can have a better life. All right, that cover took them all of 10 seconds to write. But we scroll down, all right, they have a cover page in here. We're going to go over how to do that in a minute. They have a cover page, very, very simple. And then look, it's just lines. Just lines, and this is their back cover. Or, yeah, back cover. So taking a look at this, it's got 8 reviews. What does 8 reviews tell you right off the bat? 8 reviews tells you it's selling. It's sold at least 8 times. People have bought it. So the next thing I do is, okay, I found this book inside a Book Bolt. All right, it's got 8 reviews. It's priced at $6.99, so they're making some money here. It's not priced too low. It's not priced like astronomically high. It's making a few sales. Its average sales rank over the last 30 days. So part of the reason we give this information here is, let's say you see a sales rank of like 1,000, right? That's great, but maybe it just sold a ton of copies today and it hasn't sold anything ever going forward, anything ever in the past. That doesn't really give you a good representation of, like, is this an evergreen product that people are purchasing? This right here, the average sales rank over the last 30 days, it's going to tell you over the last month, like, how well has this product done. As you see, it's probably sold once or twice. It's not above 1 million yet. And again, we can come up here and we can click this little button, which will show you, looks like the sales rank used to be really, really low. All right, so not astronomically low, but, you know, hanging around 200. It looks like it got down to 44, about 45,000, which means that this book was selling very, very consistently. Take a look at their pricing strategy. This seller did not change anything, But as you notice, right around February to April 13th, a few days ago, it started to go up. Maybe that has something to do with everyone and their stay-at-home orders. Not sure, but you can see here that it's starting to go up. But it was a consistent seller here. Every drop you see in this graph, so 1, 2, 3, and this one dropped again, 4. So this one sold 4 times in the last couple months here, and it then started to go back up. So we can take a look on Amazon. Let me close out this product. 8 reviews. So the next thing I'll do, right? So I found a product. It's a decent sales rank here. Now it is high, right? But it's really, really simple lined pages. That's something that any of us can do. Super easy, and they're making sales. And we know they're making sales in the what niche? In the dog niche, right? A subset of the dog niche. So that's the first thing I look at. Second thing I'm going to look at is I always look inside, which we just did. We noticed that, hey, they have a cover page. A cover page is going to make sure that you stick out when people do exactly what I just did. Let's say I'm on Amazon, I come to this product and I go, oh, that looks pretty good. Look inside. And they'll look inside. And this is the first thing they're going to see, which makes their product stand out instead of if this was the first thing they saw. Okay, so it's just that little bit of something extra. So now the second thing I'm going to look at is these ratings right here. Okay, so the reviews, it looks like it's about 4.5 stars. I'm just going to click that and go down to the bottom. So it looks like there's only 2 reviews from the United States here, which is what I clicked on. What I'm looking for is this tag right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I've highlighted it. It says verified purchase. Okay, so a verified purchase is going to tell you, yes, this customer who left this review actually bought this product. Okay, sometimes you're going to see reviews that don't have this red little tag here, and that means someone just went to that page and left a review on it. They didn't buy the product. Typically, those are going to be fake reviews and things that should be ignored, okay? But I like to read these reviews. Sometimes you can get little pieces of information out of them, like, oh, they really like this book, but they hated this aspect of it. And that's something that you can change when you create your own unique book. Handy like notebook with cute saying, I'm a dog person. So these reviews right off the bat really aren't giving you any information, okay? So not helpful in this case, but it's always something that I take a look at. Now, let's go back here. Remember, we clicked on like the 8th page here, so we are 800 results deep. We're taking a look at what else sells. You can't spell hero without HR. It's not a bad one. What else do we have in here? So, I mean, you can see that there's a lot of different books. This book right here is priced very highly. 3 reviews. I like it. Let's open it up, take a look. Storyboard notebook. Okay, it's got 250 pages. That's probably why it's priced so high. Decent cover here. Looks pretty good. And so here is a low content interior, right? And this is for storyboard. So if you're storyboarding like a video or something, right? That I literally did not look at this before we got started here. And this is a niche that I have not considered. And this is now a niche that I found like, okay, I could go create my own storyboard interior. And instead of whatever background this is, which looks cool, I could put, some artwork of, like a videographer or something like that. My own unique interior here, maybe mix and match the pages a little bit. And bam, I would have a book in this niche that we just discovered here that's selling. We go back here, we look at the average sales rank over the last 30 days, 605,000. I like that, right? It's under $1 million. You're not going to be competing with a ton of other people at that price for one, or that sales rank in this tiny little niche of like videographer, low content books. So that is something else I like. Now, another way that I like to use this is one of the examples I like to go back to is like farm animals, cows, stuff like that. So let's go back to the cloud module. Start from fresh. So how do I find a low content book in on Amazon that is related to a keyword? So again, I'm going to pick top 1000. I'm going to crank this BSR way up there. Leave the price. I'm just going to enter a keyword. Maybe I type in, you see some that I've typed in before, dog nurse. I'm going to type in cow. Okay, we'll click on search here. And now you have all of these books that have sold. Look at this one right here. This is ridiculous. So let's close these out and take a look at this one. The best-selling one here, priced at $4.90. It's literally just a notebook, so it doesn't have a look inside. Sometimes you're going to notice that it doesn't have a look inside button. That's kind of hit or miss on Amazon. So doesn't have a look inside. Very, very simple cover. They probably pulled this from, excuse me, I don't know, Creative Fabrica, something like that. College Ruled Notebook. Okay, looks good, looks good. Scroll down, we can take a look at all of this stuff. 110 pages, so pretty simple, pretty simple. If you click on read more, you can look at their description. They pretty much didn't do anything there, so that is pretty good. You know, you have all of these different books in here that you can all see that over the last 30 days. This one is a bit over 1 million for the last 30 days, so this is a good example of what I was talking about previously. But the BSR in the last, whenever this was last checked, which was today or yesterday, updates once a day, 416,000. So it just recently sold, more than likely. And you can come in here and take a look at these books. So we'll just open this one. My Beef Calving Logbook. Okay, super simple. They literally probably took a stock photo, all right, and they put in this interior. They just mixed and matched 2 different ones. Okay, you can do, and just repeated it over and over and over again, which you can do in the Book Vault Designer. I will go over that in a minute. Let me check comments. I see there's a bunch of people watching, so appreciate that. Must the sales rank always be below 1 million? So no, it doesn't. It really just depends on what you guys want to do. The reason I'm showing you to go over here and crank this way high and look on the 8th page if you did not enter in a keyword here. So if this was just blank, you typed in top 1000, click on search, let that come back, and then just look on way pay, because most people will come in here and they'll just look at the bestsellers, which everyone is trying to get into those niches. But if you come to the 9th page, for example, let this load, you'll see niches that many people, 1, aren't seeing, period, and 2, they're still getting sales, but they're not going to be super competitive. So, just a girl who loves koala. I would have put koalas with an S, but, simple. And this one, average sales rank, 1.4 million. The BSR, when it was checked, 1 million, but it still has sold. So that tells you, there is an audience for this type of book. This one looks like it's just a simple line notebook. Work meeting notes, okay? 10 ratings. Work is a pretty big niche, but you can come in here and just look at the different niches. Okay, I wouldn't do this. I don't know. Pink Floyd might get mad at you. Maybe not. That's just a simple different colors here. Let's see. It's a rat lift thing. What is a rat lift? Recipe book. Okay. Unfamiliar with that. Sketchbooks, social workers. So when I'm doing this, I'm not looking for this specific interior or this specific cover. I'm looking for different niches. Okay, social working niche, appointment book. Appointment books could be, you could take an appointment book and make one for dentists, lawyers, accountants, anyone who has a business where they meet people. Now, appointment books might not sell well right now with everyone being at home, but you could take this idea, this appointment book idea, and scale it out across multiple different niches. So that's what we're looking for here. We're looking for different niches. I might look like I'm listening to you, but in my head I'm skateboarding niche, okay? And then you can niche down from there. Let's see. There are people adding more than 2 images in their listings. How do they do that? So I don't, at the top of my head, I'm not sure. If you email the KDP team, so I haven't actually focused that heavily on, adding more images, or I know that you can actually ask them to put your books in different categories as well. The big thing about the KDP team is they are actually very responsive. So if you're a Merch by Amazon seller, you've sold on any other platforms, you may know that a lot of those support teams are less than ideal. I mean, that's putting it very nicely. The KDP team will actually respond to you, with very good instructions on how to do what you want to do. So definitely reach out to them and ask. And if you do know, drop a comment on this video and let me know, because I would like to know that as well. Okay, so back to what I was talking about. I mainly use the cloud here to, one, find different niches, which is what I'm doing now, but two, also validate those niches. So when you come in here and you realize, okay, this is a good example. Work meeting, notes, okay? So we can come down here, 10 reviews, moderately priced, sales rank is about 1 million. So what does that tell you right off the bat? Well, it tells me that 10 people have bought it. So there is a niche in the work meeting space that people are spending money on, okay? So let's take a look at it. We'll open it up. This right here, terrible title. It's so short. It doesn't really, I mean, it's exactly what's on the book, but they really didn't do a subtitle at all. And a subtitle is a good way to enter in more keywords, make your listing look a little bit better. So we'll scroll down, 10 results again. This is a honey extension. It's usually not there. We'll click on the ratings. We'll just look at them, right? Verified purchase. I love it. We'll scroll down here. Bought this as a gift for a coworker. Okay, right there. Right there is another keyword. We'll get into keywords here in a bit, but I'm just going kind of off the top of my head here looking at these. I look at reviews for keywords as well. Funny and cute. This one says arrived damaged. Let's see if we can find any other reviews here. No. So that is essentially the process that I use right off the bat to find different niches. So let's say I found a cow niche, because that's what we were looking at just a minute ago. We'll type in cow, top 1000. Everything looks good. Click search. Okay. So you can come in here, you can see, you know, these are the results we pulled. Here's the average price, $6.89. So literally right in the middle of the road. Everything looks good. Most use keywords. And let's say that we have come across a book, you know, any of these books really. This one is a lined notebook, okay? Lined notebook. So we found our niche. We said, okay, we're going to do a cow-related book. We can do a line notebook. We could do a journal. We could do, you know, tracking for shots, you know, anything that relates to a farm. I'm going to keep this open, and we're going to close some of these. All right, so we found a niche, and now we are going to create something for it, okay? So first thing you have to do is inside a book bolt, you come to your name here, click this, click the book bolt designer. It's going to bring you to this. Now you see I've already been messing around in here. You can do covers or interiors. We're going to start with covers because that's literally the easiest part. And then you pick your trim size, okay? So there are a lot of trim sizes in here. All of these sizes are the sizes of books that you can upload to Amazon. I do a lot of 6x9. Those seem to work the best. If we come over and we take a look at this one, we see this one's 8x5x11. That's another size that Amazon offers. So 8x5x11 right here. That's if you want to do the same size. I'm going to do something a little smaller. 6x9. Pick a paper color. Now, if you're doing like colored pages, wouldn't recommend it. I'm just going to go with white, and we're going to do 25 pages. Okay. We'll click submit, and we'll let this run. Now I'm going to check the questions, comments on YouTube here. If you guys have any questions while I'm going through this, please let me know. I'd love to answer them. How to optimize SEO for Amazon. We're going to get to the keyword section in a bit, as well as the interiors here. Actually, I can show you the interiors in 1 second. Let me go ahead and delete this. But as you see, it is loaded in. So this is a 6x9 cover. This is your back cover on the left. This is your front cover on the right. Now, you can change, you know, the color of any of this by simply clicking around here. So you want to do a black background. I actually like to do like a grayish background, sort of like this. I don't know what the reason is, but if you do a strict black background, for me personally, I'm seeing less sales than if I do like a lighter grayish, something like this. Okay. Around the edges here, these are basically going to be the bleed areas. So just keep that in mind. Don't put any text in here. And you see we did a 25-page book here, right? So the spine is very, 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 very small. Okay, so the next thing we have to do is we need an image. Now, I've actually downloaded an image. We see here, if you go to the Images tab in the left-hand menu, I actually have an image somewhere, dancing cows. So I'm going to go ahead and upload that. All right, I've uploaded this. So all you do is you drag and you drop an image in here. Doesn't matter where you got it from, and then you can edit. So here we go. And let's see. We're going to do This says cow notebook. Okay, let's go back to the designer here. Let's see if we can crop just this little cow right here, okay? So we're going to click crop. I am just going to select this cow. All right, pretty simple. Click on save. Hold on there. What did I do wrong? Horizontal, square. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, so we'll delete the original image. There we go. I've got him all cropped up. So guys, again, in order to do that, one, you add the image, and then once the image is added in the top menu, you simply click on crop and just change the dimensions and click crop. Now, as you saw, I was having a bit of an issue because the original image was still on the canvas. All you have to do is delete that. So we'll make this guy nice and big. We'll put him on here, okay? And then we will come in here and we will, add some text. So we'll click here. We have like 1,000+ fonts in here. These are all Google fonts. So Google fonts are free for commercial use. You don't have to worry about using them. If you have your own fonts, you can upload them. You see that I've done that. Maybe we'll use that one. So you can either double click it, or if you select the layer, come up to the top and you can edit the text. And you can put it as anything you want. So we'll just say, cow notebook. Come up here. And again, all these options, most of the options are going to be in the top menu. And we can come up here and we can change it to literally any color we want. I'm just going to select white. All right. And we can make it nice and big and readable. And hold on, right there. All right. Cow notebook, very, very, very simple. Now, I'm not spending a ton of time on this cover because it's just an example, but you guys can play around with this and make some really cool looking things. So let me check the comments quick. When is Bookbolt Designer going to have a track images the same way PowerPoint can? Going to have a track images. I'm not sure what you mean by track images. I'm going to show you something in PowerPoint. I don't use PowerPoint to create interiors and covers. It's simply because this is just way easier and I don't have to mess around with a tool I'm not sure how to use. But I will show you a trick in there in a second. I hit cancel by mistake. Yeah, okay, Mark, that could have totally been what I did. I probably did, so thank you. Image tracking lines. There are image tracking lines. So if you come in here, make sure there's nothing selected. If you come up to the right-hand corner, auto snap, make sure auto snap is turned on. It's going to be off by default, and then you will have those lines. Will this webinar be available to view later? Yep, yes. So we're recording the webinar, and we're going to also put it inside of Bookbolt when it's all done, so you guys can use it. So, do you think I should add anything else to this this cover we have here? So remember, the right side is the front, the back is the back. Now, cow notebook, I think it needs a better name. That's pretty horrible. This one just says notebook as well with Cornell notes. I think we'll keep it as cow notebook. It's not too bad. Do you accept OTF fonts? So in the designer, if you come down here right below, I know this is probably really, really hard to read. It says file extension accepted .ttf, .woff, and .woff2. Okay, so if you have another extension on your fonts, all you have to do is Google, font converter to whatever the extension is, and convert your font real quick, and then you can upload it to the designer. So now we have this awesome little cow notebook that I spent all of 10 seconds doing. I highly recommend you guys spend a little bit more time doing it, but we have a lot to go over, so I wanted to make sure this is quick. So after you do that, literally all you do is click on download here. We'll give it a second. It is preparing. Your design is ready. So click on download and it'll open it up. And this is the right dimensions for a 25-page book. Okay. 25 pages. That's what we selected. And you simply download it to your computer. All right. Save. And there we go. It's downloaded. Now we have this. What we need to do now is come up with an interior, right? So 2 ways to do this. One, you can go, let me find it. I don't seem to have it open, so we'll just go to Bookbolt here. We close this. All right. if you want to use interiors, right? You don't want to make your own interiors. You're not good at making interiors. They take a lot of time. Totally okay. We have some resources for that. So if you go to the Book Bolt homepage here, go up to the top, click Resources, and click Interior Wizard. All right. It's going to bring you to this page. All you have to do is click the blue button. And if you're logged into Book Bolt, which you all are, if you're watching this, you will have access to all of these different interiors that we have released. We released like 20 a month in here. I did a very poor job of telling people we released those last month, but there's 20 more in here. There's over 100 of them in a ton of different niches. But you can come in here and just pick one, right? So like we're doing a cow notebook. You know, it could be a cow, I don't know, to-do list. Maybe every month you have like some to-dos to do with your farm animals, right? And you're specifically targeting cows. You'd come in here, you'd simply click it, and then you have some options. Okay, so bleed or no bleed, we're gonna go bleed. Remember, we're doing a 6x9, and we're doing 25 pages. So whatever you select here needs to match up with what you created in the designer. Has to match up. Otherwise, when you're uploading to KDP, you're going to run into a ton of different issues. So 6x9, 25 pages, bleed, awesome. Download. All right, and here it is. Here is exactly what you want. All you would do is download this, and then you could upload it to KDP, right? Everything looks good. Now, let me check the comments real quick. What is your advice on uploading more than 10 variations of the same book? Does it increase conversion? If it does, what is the best selling strategy? No. If you are going to create 10 variations of the same book, you need to like mix up the covers for sure. Like you can use some of the same keywords and everything, but if all you're doing is uploading like, okay, I have one design on my cover and I'm uploading 100 different notebooks, or maybe I'm uploading that same cover on 100 different interiors. Yes, it can work, but like Amazon doesn't want you spamming this stuff because one, it just clogs up the catalog, and two, you're not putting very much time and effort into it. So it's going to be a pretty bad product for like the end customer, and that's what Amazon wants you to avoid. So if you use the same, I mean, you can use, for example, let's come back. I have way too many tabs open. I'm sorry about that, guys. If you use the same cow, right? You could come in here and say, you know, cow notebook. You could do a new cover with this cow on it, but talk about, you know, like farming vaccines or cow vaccine logbook, right? New interior using the same cow, but it's now a cow vaccine logbook, and you use a little more or different keywords rather. Totally fine, right? Like that would work. It's differentiated. It's for a different end user. So really just think about like there's someone else behind the computer on the other side of the screen at Amazon and looking at your books to purchase them. So make sure you're like keeping both of those parties in mind. Missed the beginning. Can I watch again? Yes. This is going to be recorded. It'll also be, we're going to put it up inside of Book Bolt as well. Probably this afternoon or tomorrow at the latest. Okay. So we're going to use this cover. I know it's very, very, very simple, but that is what we are going to use because I don't have unlimited time to do this. But now let's talk about the interiors. So we just went over this. The first thing you can do is use the interior generator, which can be found. Let me back up a little bit. Bookbolt.io, top page here, resources, interior wizard. You want to click that, and then you want to click the big blue button. Okay. Then all you do is find whatever you want to do. Now, if you want to do just line pages, college ruled, or maybe a journal, either or could work with a notebook. You know, bleed, 6x9, 25 pages. Now, we're doing 25 pages. Again, this needs to match up with your cover that you created. Otherwise, it will not be able to, you won't be able to upload it. Let's see. Will you be releasing ... at some point? Puzzleways. I love Book Bolt. Michelle, that's something we're taking a look at. No word on when that might be released. We haven't really started it yet, but it's definitely something that we want to look at. Think of each cover as a new ad. Yeah, that is a good point. Okay, so this is the first option you have, right? Now, I want to go over if you guys want to create some unique interiors, okay? Unique interiors, they stand out. So the first thing that you can do, first, we're going to go back inside the designer. We're going to click on product, and I'm just going to change the product, okay? And I'm going to select interior, trim size again, 6x9, that's what we're doing, 25 pages, and bleed, and we're going to click submit. This can take a little while, but that was very, very quick. Now, you see I've already actually done this in here. What you create in here, if you change the product to an interior, this is going to repeat these pages. So this is going to be the first page on the left. This is going to be the second page on the right. So if I just move all this stuff over here, you know, so on and so forth, this would be the very first page in the interior. Bam. Okay. So this is what the front or the first page of the interior would look like. What this is going to do is take page 1, page 2, and when you download it, it's going to replicate it over 25 pages or however many pages that you put in there. This is a really good way to create those front cover pages. Now, if you were to create this and click on download, it would download 25 pages. The first thing that I would do is just Google PDF splitter or free PDF splitter, upload the PDF you downloaded. So I can download this. I'll just show you what it looks like here. Give it a sec to prepare. It's ready to download. To see, first page, okay, is exactly what I just made. Second page is blank. Why is the second page blank? Because we didn't put anything on it, okay? And just gonna replicate that over and over again. So all you'd have to do, download this, split up the PDF with a free online tool. There's like 4,000 of them, and then you would just combine it. So really easy. I highly recommend that you guys do a cover page like this for your front page and your interior. Otherwise, all it's going to be is, let's see, is like, okay, let's say we're using this to-do list. The first thing they're going to see is this, and they're just going to see it repeating over and over again. If you added a cover page such as this, you know, this journal belongs to, and then with a little spot for their name, something, just anything to make it stick out a little bit, that's going to give you a slight advantage over everyone not doing that. All right, you make KDP so interesting. Thank you, Michelle. Appreciate that. It would be nice to have the templates downloaded in PowerPoint to make them easy to edit. That is not possible. I'll tell you why. If you go to the interior generator, so all of this is done like mathematically, right, in the background. So when you come in here, like a 6x9 book is going to be very, 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 very different than an 8.27 by 11.69 book, right? So all that math has to occur in the back end to put out the interior. So I'm glad you brought that up. I want to show you a trick on how you guys can actually use these inside of Google Slides. I don't have PowerPoint on this computer, but I have Google Slides open. So let's head over to Google Slides. Let's go File, New, Presentation. All right, this is what it's going to look like. So you can use Google Slides just like you can PowerPoint. Very, very, very easy. I don't do this normally, so if I stumble around, that's why. But I'm going to show you guys how you can actually edit these interiors, okay? First thing you want to do, we already have, I'm going to close some of this stuff. I'm getting a little bit lost. We already have this cover, right? What size of the cover did we make? 6x9. The first thing we have to do in Google Slides, so if you just Google Slides, it's free. Anyone can use it. Come up here, and the first thing you're going to do, File, okay, Page Setup. Because this right here is like elongated. It's not a 6x9 book. So go to Page Setup. We're going to use the drop-down menu here, Custom. And what size do you want it to be? Well, we're making a 6x9 interior. Very, very easy. Okay, there we go, 6x9. Okay, so you're asking yourself, okay, what next? Well, the next thing you have to do is get rid of all this stuff. You just click on your mouse anywhere in the white and drag over all that stuff and click Delete. All right, so that looks pretty good. And now you have this interior page. You can come in here and click, you know, plus for a new slide, so on and so forth. You just keep doing the same thing. But now you have a page for your interior. Now, let me make this a little bit smaller. And let me open up this, okay? So I downloaded this from PuzzleWiz. It is just a maze. It's a PDF, that's how they pop out. But I'm gonna show you guys how you can actually customize this. So the first thing you did was you downloaded a PDF. You could download one in the interior generator. Any PDF you have as an interior, you can do this with, okay? The problem is, you make this a little bit bigger. If you go to Insert, I don't see an Insert PDF. Do you guys see an Insert PDF? No. So there's no way to actually upload it here. So the first thing you want to do is actually convert your PDF to a PNG file, okay? You can use any of these available. I like to use this one. It's pdf to png.com. I'm just going to drop this in the comments real quick so that you guys can take a look at it. It's completely free. But all I'm going to do is I'm going to take that maze, I'm going to drag it in here. All right. It's going to take a second to convert. Download all. All right. And then let me bring this out. Make this smaller. Okay. So here's my PNG. Where did that go? Here it is. Okay. So here is my PNG. If you guys can see that. All right. PNG. White PNG. So here's the problem. If you go back here and you insert image, upload from computer. Let me just move this over here so I can actually see it on my big monitor. Where did I put the maze? Here it is. Okay, so notice how the background of this maze is white, right? Like, it doesn't look very good, and there's really, if we were to upload something else, it would be in the background of this white box, okay? I hate it. So what we're gonna do is, now that we have a PNG, okay, we have a PNG, we need to make that PNG transparent. Okay, so I'm going to use another free tool. I'll drop it in the comments here. Bam. All this is going to do is just make that white background disappear. So you just drag it and drop it. All right. As you see, it's made it transparent. I'm going to save as and download it. And I'm going to open it here. Let me bring it over. Okay. So notice on my desktop, if you can see here, it's transparent. So I'm going to go back into Google Slides. I'm going to insert image, upload from computer. I'm going to pick that transparent option. All right, now, you can move it around, change it, no matter, what size it is. But I'm going to show you actually how to make these interiors. It doesn't matter if you're using a maze. You can use anything you want. You can pull any PDF you want, any interior you have. Just make sure it's got a transparent background. And then we're actually going to change this up a little bit. So I have over here some cows, okay? Here's a little cow background I have, all right? That we are going to put in the background of this maze. So let's go to Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. Bring this over here so I can see it. And we're going to pick the cow background, okay? The next thing you want to do is just make the cow background humongous so it covers the entire page. And then we are going to go to Format Options. Okay, so let me just recap that because I know that I'm moving quickly. Make sure you have a PNG file, okay? Upload the PNG file, make sure it covers the whole background. We're going to create a background for our interior pages. It's up here. Next thing you want to do is click Format Options. And then we'll come over here to we don't want to print colored interiors. That's going to cost us a fortune. We're not going to make any money, and it's going to be awful. So we want to go to Recolor, use this little drop-down menu, okay? Black and white. All right, so the next thing we want to do is adjustments. All right, see this transparency? We're going to kick that way, way, way up. Okay, so let me move this. Let me delete that, mate. All right, let's start again. As you see, I don't typically do this. So we're going to go Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. Move it over so I can see it. We are going to upload the cow background. So background first. Make this way easier for us. All right, Format Options, Recolor. Background, turn the transparency way, way, way up. And now we're just going to go Insert, Image, Upload from Computer, and we're going to put the maze in there. Any interior you want, right? So that when we go to File, now let's say you've done 25, 50, 100 pages. Doesn't matter how many pages you do in here, it just has to match up with the cover you did. That's really all it has to do. So size and pages, those have to match up. But once it's done, let's just use our imagination here. We have 2,500 pages. I don't know. We'll go to File. All right. We're going to go down to Download, and you have to download this as a PDF. If you download it as anything else, you won't be able to upload it. Okay. So we'll download it as a PDF here. I'll go ahead and open it. And notice how the background we made really transparent. So it's in the background. It's 6x9. The main image or the main interior, whatever you guys decide, is on the forefront because we added that last. And it really just gives it that little bit of something extra so that when a customer clicks look inside, okay, everything looks a little bit different. Like you actually spent the time to make your product unique and stick out. So using what I just showed you, you can use any interior you want and spruce it up with PowerPoint, even though, you know, these right here are just going to download as PDFs. So that's seriously a pro tip for you guys, is make sure that if you do have the time or you're really focusing on a certain niche, try to stick out from everyone else, because that is going to be the differentiator, you know, that small little thing when it comes to selling your books. Is the 25 pages really 50 if you use back and front? Back and front, no, it's going to be 25 pages total. It's just going to replicate those pages in the designer or wherever you create them over and over again. So for example, let's go here, you know, chores list, 6x9, 25 pages. Let this do its thing. Notice at the top, 1 through 25, right? So it's going to be actually 20, like if you sat here, 1, 2, 3, it's going to be 25 total pages because it's going to replicate it over there. Now, if you were using the designer over here, and I believe I have that open, maybe I close it. Let's just download this again. So remember, page 1 on the left, page 2 on the right. We're going to download this. Okay, your download's ready. 24 pages. I must have not changed it to 25. 24 is actually what goes in as a placeholder. So if you were to change that to 25, which you can do by clicking Change Product, that is what it would show. Do you do any color interior books? No, I don't. I haven't really seen the need to, and they cost a lot. Like KDP's margin there is probably pretty big. I tend to stay away from it, make everything, you know, grayscale, white, black. So that's me personally. The thing about KDP or really selling anything online is you guys need to like test different things. So, you know, the research we went over earlier, maybe that wasn't, you know, maybe you can test something else. We're going to go over one more piece of research here in a second. Actually, I'll do that right now, and we'll get ready to actually upload this stuff. But, you know, it's all about testing different methods, different techniques, different interiors, different covers, how you guys put things together. So it's really all about like standing out from the next guy. You don't want to copy, you know, this product and have this image and have it just be just lined pages. It's just going to be another Me Too product, and this guy's been up there since, you know, beginning of January. He's already got, you know, a head start on you, or he, her, I don't know who it is. But yeah. Do you suggest making this belongs to as page 1, not page 2? So for page 1, I don't always do this belongs to. It just depends on the niche you're going into. So if it's like a journal, yeah, you could do this belongs to. Or let's just say it's like a logbook for, I don't know, a logbook for your pets, right? I might just have a front page that says, instead of this belongs to, I might just have, you know, like enter your pet's names, or, you know, make it relevant to the niche you're going into. It's a great method, but if you're making 100 puzzle pages, online PNGs, just let you download one file at a time. If a page takes 30 seconds to upload, make it transparent, then it takes. Yeah, so okay, in terms of uploading 100 at a time, if you're going to do what I just showed you, I highly recommend that you actually like mix and match, spend some extra time, you know, putting different interiors into your product. So yes, while you could do a monthly to-do list that's, you know, 25 pages long with every page the same, and that works and that sells, you can command a higher price if you actually mix and match these interiors. So keep that in mind. It does take a little bit of time. Like I'm not going to lie to you guys. If you're going to customize everything, it's not going to be click and upload. Really nothing else to say about that, but it can set you apart from everyone. So you have to weigh, you know, the pros and cons, and if you want to do it. I just thought that I'd show you guys how to do it quickly, so that you know, I have gotten a lot of messages like, hey, can these be PowerPoint files? And you know, they can't because of all the math that's in the background, but this is how you can edit them in PowerPoint if you spend the extra bit of time. So let's say now, let's actually get back to the book. We created, oh my god, if I could find it. I'm going to close some of this stuff out. So we have this. I'm not going to actually put it all together. I'm probably just going to use this for example purposes, but I want to go over, create a front page. I think that's really important. I do that with almost all my books, create front pages and add them. We have our cover here, okay? This is how you can change the interiors, make it a little bit more unique, put backgrounds on everything, all right? So this is what it looks like. I only did one page. Here's the PDF tool. So we went over that. I'm going to close this out. This is Puzzle Whiz that you guys can use. It's inside of BookBolt on the subscription settings page. We're going to keep Amazon open. We're going to close this. We're going to close this. And I'm going to download this real quick. Okay. And then we're going to close this. Okay. So let's say we have our book put together. We have a cover. Okay, you spent some time, you followed the directions, you have an interior. I don't really have an interior ready to go because I'm doing this on the fly. But let's say you put together a really good interior, you change some things up, it looks great. So you have both of the pieces of the puzzle. You have your interior, you have your cover, and now you are ready to list. But before you list, I want to show you guys a tool inside of BookBolt that I use before I list to find even more keywords for what we're going to put up. So let me come in here. So go to the top menu, top right menu, click on your name. I hope you guys can see that. I think you can. I think I might be in the way just a little bit. You want to come down here to the KDP Spy. Now this is going to be a Chrome extension. It doesn't work on Firefox or Opera or whatever else you guys are using, but it works on Chrome, and I'm going to show you how it works. It's really, really, really good for people who are searching on Amazon more than they're searching inside of the software, and I want to show you guys how that works. So download this. It's going to be a little book icon. You'll see it right here. Click it, log in, and then you'll be good to go. Now this is how it works. I've gotten some questions about this, so this is how this tool works. Come over to Amazon. We're just going to type in, what are we doing here? We're doing a cow notebook, right? Cow notebook. So we'll search, we'll click on search, and we'll see all these results, blah, 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 okay? 784 results. So right off the bat, this is not a very saturated niche. There's not even 1,000 results up there. Compare this to like unicorn shirt when Merch by Amazon is running and there's like 50,000 products. There's not 50,000 products. There's not even 1,000. There's 784. And if you come down here and you look at some of these, all right, we search for cow notebook, cow yoga mini wall calendar. So Amazon's not always the best at sorting this stuff out. And here's another one. This is a waterproof laptop sleeve. So we see 784 results. But when you actually take a look at the results themselves, they're not all notebooks. They, you have a laptop sleeve, you got a wall calendar. So keep that in mind when you're doing your research here. All right. Now, let's use that plugin we were talking about, KDP Spy. So all we do is click it. It's going to bring this little bar up, okay? Very, very, very simple. I'm just going to click on search. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to go through the results here. And we'll just give it a little bit of time. You'll see a ticker in the right-hand corner here. All right, blah, 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 blah. Stop. I'm just going to click on stop. And you'll see the results pop in here. You'll see the price. You'll see the sales rank. They're all in one spot, so you don't have to be scrolling down Amazon waiting for everything to load, which is a huge pain. It's also going to give you estimated sales and estimated revenue. Okay, so if we can sort by price, which this is why Amazon is not always a good place to search. They've put a Italian leather bag here for some unknown reason. A throw blanket, so on and so forth. You can sort by sales rank. All right, you can sort by estimated sales. I'm going to sort by revenue here, and we are going to scroll down until we find a cow book. Here's a great example, okay? I know you guys can barely read that, so hang with me. Cow gift, cow journal, an awesome cow notebook, cow themed gift, cow birthday gift, cow gift for, oh my god. Anyways, what they did was they added all of these keywords into their subtitle, which it does work. It does work. I wouldn't recommend doing it because of Amazon. They have a hot temper, right? So like they may change their policy tomorrow and all of a sudden these books start coming down, or maybe they don't go through review at all. I don't know. I just wouldn't do it. But right here we see $176.85. If we scroll up, that's estimated revenue and estimated sales. So we find that product again. Selling about $25 a month. It's making almost $200 a month. It's one book. So what we're going to do, these are clickable ASINs. Let's click that. 8 reviews. All right, very simple cover. Let's take a look inside, just like we did at the beginning. All right, they added a cover page here for interior, an interior cover page. This book belongs to, and look, this is exactly what I was talking about with you guys. They spent a little bit of extra time to add this silly little cow in the left-hand corner. All right, that's all they did. That's all they did, is they just repeated these little laughing, dancing cows. Simple, but it's making $200 a month, right? Other books that may have not done this might be making $5, $10. Maybe they're only making one sale. Maybe they're making like $1.50, $2. I don't know. This product is doing very, very well. Uploaded a while ago, but the first thing I'm going to do here is look at these keywords. All right, so I'm going to open up a notepad. That's what I do almost every time I list. Open up a notepad, and I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to pull these keywords in here. Cow gift, cow journal, cow notebook, cow themed gift, cow birthday, birthday gift, cow gift for women. Because what you can do, guys, is you can put all of this crap that they're putting in the title, put it in your back end keywords. Like it's going to help you rank, and you're not going to be upsetting the customer with whatever the hell this is. So cow gift for women. Let's just finish this up. Cow gift for kids. Cow gag gift. Cow items. Moo notebook. Now notice I skipped birthday party, and that kind of has nothing to do with this book. I'm pulling out cow related terms. All right. Moo notebook. Cow graduation. Now I don't know what a cow graduation is. Graduation. If I could type and talk at the same time, that would be awesome. But yeah, let me check the comments here. Let's see. Is KDP Spy a Chrome extension? Yes, it is a Chrome extension. All you have to do inside of Bookbolt, up at the right-hand corner, click this, and the extension is right here. So easy to find. Let's see, but it's 40,000 in books category. What do you mean by it's 40,000 in books category? Unsure of what you mean. Let's see. If your book is colored and under 40 pages, it is somewhat reasonable as you charge over $8 for your book. It has worked out for me, but only at 40 pages. Otherwise, it's too costly. Yeah, Brett. So I've not done colored pages, interiors, covers, interiors, but you have to do the math, because if you put up a colored page in your book, your interiors, and it's 150 pages, and you get to like the pricing screen, you're going to be like, what is going on, right? So it may make sense under 40. That's really good to know, actually. But just keep that in mind. You guys need to do the math and make sure that like it's worth your time and effort when you make these sales. So spammy, bad user experience. Yeah, so what you can do, you've all probably uploaded one book to KDP. If not, we'll go over that in a second. You can take all of this junk that they're doing, okay, and you can put that in your back end keywords. So those are going to be keywords that help you rank on Amazon that customers never see, okay? So let's go back here, and this is what I do. I just go through here and I take a look at some of the best sellers for what I'm going to put up. This is a notebook. Okay, it's $146 a month. All right, that's really good. We'll just click that. A notebook. That's not bad. Like if you wanted to put this on a book, you could just come over here and change it in the designer. But hey, we're not going to do that. Happy and funny cow notebook. Cow lovers gifts. Now, if I just bring up, where did I put that? Here it is. I don't know. Funny cow notebook. Did I put that in there? Maybe not. Funny cow notebook. Cow lovers. I don't think. Nope. So I'm just gonna put in, cow lovers. I'm realizing I spelled a lot of this wrong. My bad. All right. I mean, 40,000 results when we search in books category instead of all. So if you search in the books category, let me just go back to what you're talking about. Let me find it. I searched in cow notebook here. The reason I'm searching in all and not just books is sometimes Amazon miscategorizes this stuff. Sometimes they're going to put it in different categories that aren't relevant. Sometimes some people have asked KDP, that's something you can do, is that let's say, hey, you have a book you put up, you really think it should be an X category. You can actually send them an email. Don't abuse it, but you can send them an email and ask them like, hey, would you mind putting this into this category, Pat? And almost all the time they'll get back to you and say, absolutely, it's been changed, and then you're good to go. Is it bad to use the same keywords again and again? For example, cow. It's not bad. I've not seen it like hurt. Now, you don't have to repeat it, but if cow is being used in like, say, a long tail keyword, right, and the long tail keywords are different, I totally include it. Like, I've never seen it negatively affect a book, as long as that stuff gets put in the back end keywords and not just spammed on the front page. What is an impact of author name for SEO? I am just basically doing my books in terms of author names, niche relevant. I don't try to put a keyword in there. I just try to make it niche relevant. So if we're doing a cow notebook, okay, this person called it Wild Journal. So you might decide, hey, I want to put all my notebooks under one brand. Hey, I want to put all my logbooks under one brand. Or you could put them under like niche specific brands. So instead of Wild Journals as the author, you could just do like farm accessory co. Farm or veterinary essentials company. Right? Like, it's relevant to, I'm just making this up off the top of my head. It's relevant to what you're putting up, but it's not spammy. Like, it looks like a legitimate brand. That's what I do. That's what I think you guys should do. But again, you can test this sort of stuff and see what works best for you, what works best for your account, kind of go from there. So, okay. Now, in order for this video not to be like a million hours long, I am going to basically just go back and just take a look at this one more time. Again, this is the KDP Spy extension. It's going to run on Amazon and pull back like estimated revenue, how many sales a month they're getting. You'll be able to see like the price, the sales rank, and these are all clickable. So what I'll do is I'll type in my main keyword in Amazon, okay, cow notebook. I'll do a search. I'll usually rank these by either sales or revenue, and I'll come down. I'll find the first product that's even relevant to what I'm searching for. Okay, that was this one. This very spammy looking journal. Now here's a record book, right? So you can use this for research too, not just keywords the way we're using it. You could open this up and be like, oh, hey, look at that. Like a record book. Look inside. All right. This looks like it might be an actual book. It is an actual book. Okay. But you could do a record keeping book, low content, right? Easy enough. Come back here. Just find books, composition notebook. Okay. This one has cow in the title, but notice how it's a manatee. So this could be another niche for you guys. Like, wow, I found another niche, and it's just line pages. Super, super simple. So you don't have to overcomplicate this. Find out what's selling, what people like, and, create your own unique stuff because you want to know what people are buying. If you're creating stuff for yourself and you're upset that people aren't buying it, it's probably because you might be the only person that wants it. And, the millions of people on Amazon want something else. So definitely keep that in mind. Now, another way you can use this extension is, let's just reset this, okay? There's tabs at the top. There's a logout tab. Don't click that. Clearly, there's a keywords tab. This is going to help you pick up Amazon auto-suggest keywords. So if you type in slow, C-O-W, cow, I see cowbell. Okay, these aren't really relevant. Cow, N-O. Okay, cow notebook, cow nose ring, cow novelty gifts. Okay, that's one. Let's add that. Come over here. Cow novelty gifts. That's a good one. Cow notepad. All right, cow notepad. Cow nose thorn, cow nose thorn. So notice how these are Amazon auto suggest keywords, but they're not relevant to what we want to sell. right? So we can use T-E-B. Okay, Cow Notebook Spiral. We're not selling spiral notebooks. Cow Notebook for women. Now, if you notice, we said Cow Gift for women. Okay, why don't we just put that one in there? Cow Notebook for women. Now, think to yourself again. You can use this to find more keywords. And instead of saying cow, you know, heifer, tees for women, heifer shirt, heifer. Not relevant, so so no auto suggest for that. Maybe I spelled that wrong, not sure. But you can come in here and just type in literally whatever you want. I mean, if you were doing a dog or yoga, let's type in, so like D-O-G, okay, Y-O-G, yoga. Oh, look at this. Dog yoga puzzles, dog yoga calendar. So these are all like low content books that you could make just from doing research. Now, I'm looking for keywords for when we upload books. But another way you can use this is just doing research, like Dog Yoga Calendar 2020. How easy would it be to take this idea? I mean, let's just go with it real quick. I know I'm sidetracking a little bit. We'll open this back up. We'll click on Start. Okay, so we click the keyword. We're going to let it run through a little bit here. Pick up some items. We'll just click Stop. We'll sort this by estimated revenue. We'll find the first relevant one here. So we have cow yoga for someone, yoga puppies, a pocket planner, $100 a month. All right, from this masterpiece. Okay, so it's really, really easy to find out like what people are buying with these tools. And then once you know what people are buying, just go offer them a product. All right. Let's see here. Melissa, if you're having problems with the extension, put in a help ticket with some screenshots, and then we can help you out. As someone else said, uninstall, reinstall the extension. Probably a really good place to start there. All right, so that is how to use that. Now, we did pull some keywords. I'm not going to finish the process. Typically, I would use this and go through, and then I would look at... Then I would come in here, and I'm just going to go real quick here. Then I would do this. Inside the cloud notebook, I'd set this really high. I'd type in, say, cow, because that's going to be the main niche we go for. And I'd start looking at like the front page of these results, right? I want to pull all these keywords that are relevant to this cow journal, right? Here is cow notebook, sorry, cow notebook that we're going to put up. So put those all in a list. And finally, the last thing I would do is go to keywords in here and click on search. And I would simply type in cow, which I've already done, come through here. And what you want to do is when you find keywords inside this keyword tool, click on the little hearts, okay? If you click on the little hearts, if you go to keywords and you go to favorites, they're going to be there. But I just want to show you real quick, inside of the keyword tool, inside of BookBolt, it's going to give you Google search volume, but it's going to give you Amazon search volume, which is so important. So you come down here, let's just find a relevant keyword to what we want to do. Cow picture book. So let's say we're doing a picture book. You know, just stay with me here. 30 searches a month on Amazon, right? That's not very good. But you're coming down here. Now, you know, for example, cow is actually included in coworker gifts. That's why it's way down here. 19,700 searches a month. If you've caught any of the webinars that I've done with other people, we typically talk about co-working space and how well they sell. That's because they get a ton of different searches, okay? But you come in here, cow puzzle. You could do a whole thing of cow puzzles, 400 searches a month on Amazon. So you know right off the bat that if you use this keyword inside of your book, in the back-end keywords on Amazon, this is something you want to put there because it gets searched on Amazon. So this column, this Amazon search volume column, so important. All right, you come over here to keywords, click on favorites. I've already actually, you see there's a few in here. There's a test account, but you see cow gifts for cow lovers, cow yoga, cow notebook, cow kids book, cow themed. All of these had search results, so I threw them in here so that we can use them. Okay. Any questions? I know I'm talking fast and we've been on for quite a while. I appreciate you all sticking around. Is it better to have low competition green or high red? Okay, let me go over that real quick. Inside of the keyword tool, you're going to see this competition column. This competition column is not competition on Amazon. Okay, the competition is high competition for people bidding on ads on Google. Now, why would you want to include that? Why is that even relevant? If you have high competition for people bidding on ads on Google, for example, right? Google's a huge search engine. If there's a lot of people bidding on a keyword, it means there's money in that keyword. Like, that keyword can be monetized. That's why they're bidding on it. So if you see high competition over here, you're going to know, hey, there's typically going to be money in these niches, in these keywords that are relevant to whatever you're searching. Cow toys, right? High competition for people bidding on keywords in Google. So we can see that, okay, there's 6,600 searches in Google. There's 4,800 searches on Amazon for cow toys. But there's high competition, which means that a lot of people are probably actually buying when they search for cow toys. Cow graduation, agriculture, veterinary medicine degree graduation. Yes, I like those. I'm going to add those. Hold on. Cow graduation. Okay. Let me add those. All right. Have you done any training on AMS ads? Because so many books are sponsored now. No, I have not yet. I have played around with AMS ads for books, though. So simple to set up. It's like 2 clicks, and maybe you change like 2 or 3 things. I'll touch on that real quick if you want, Michelle. If you're gonna set up AMS ads for your books, run them as manual first. Okay, so you click on like promote my book. I don't know what the exact term is. Click on promote my book. Go through the steps and click, run an automatic, sorry if I said manual, run an automatic ad, which is going to run your ad against keywords that are in your backing keywords and in your listings first. All right, because then run that for a week, run a really low spend, and then you'll be able to come back to that, pull a report and look at it and say, okay, what keywords actually converted? Oh, this one converted, great. This one converted, great. Oh, these did not convert. Pull out the ones that converted, and then run a manual ad with your winners, right? So you're cutting your losses, and then all of a sudden your conversion rate is going to skyrocket if you do that. It's definitely something I want to actually write about. So keep looking at the Book Bull blog. We'll put something out for sure on AMS at some point in the future. Okay, let me head over to KDP. Okay. KDP, right? Test account. We're inside of KDP. So let's back up real quick. Let's just recap everything we've done so we're all caught up. First thing you want to do some research. We did that. If you are just tuning in, make sure to go back, watch the beginning. Second thing, we want to create a cover. We can do that in the Book Bull Designer. There's a real simple cover. We went over creating interiors with cover pages. We made some interesting interiors here, put that all together. So let's just say we have our cover, we have our interior, we are now ready to upload to Amazon. All right, so when you're in here, this is what, back end of KDP looks like. You should all be familiar with this. Now, I can't tell you why, but I have gotten more than enough questions about why don't you select Kindle ebooks, okay? Because we're not selling ebooks, we're selling low content books that are physically printed. So you come in here, you click on paperback. Let me log back in here. All right. Okay, so we're logged in. You should all be familiar with these pages. Now we're going to do this manually, but real quick here, if you're inside a Book Bolt and you're familiar with this process, you just want to speed it up, come up here. The Book Bolt lister right here is going to be able to hotkey your book titles, your keywords, all that stuff to your keyboard, and you can easily fill this out with like literally just clicking one button. Super simple, but I actually want to go through each one of these. So paperback details, right? So your language, English, you can change this. I'm going to leave it the same. Now your book title, okay? Your book title needs to be exactly what is on the cover of your book. This is pretty straightforward. We called ours Cow Notebook, if I remember correctly. So Cow Notebook. Easy enough. Now, if you had a longer name, put the longer name in there. If your name, if you have so much stuff on your cover that you can't fit in here, it would look really bad. Make your book more than 25 pages and put something on the spine. So this needs to be what's on the cover or what's on the spine of your book. You can now do digital planners. Would that not be an ebook? That probably would be an ebook. I haven't done any digital planners or anything. I'm mostly just focusing on, the print books as of now, but I should take a look at that. So thank you for bringing that up. Follow you since 2015. That's been a long time, Michelle. I appreciate you sticking around. All right, so subtitle here. This is where we get to have a little bit of fun with our keywords and with the title. So let me just go back over here. I know you guys can't see this. Let me find that one that was super spammy. So, okay, good example. This is what they did. They made the title of their book notebook or notebook. So let me just bring this up here. So this was their book title. This is what they entered in right here. The subtitle, though, is all of this. They put all of that in the subtitle, and that's how it shows up on Amazon when it goes to print. So they entered in they said what it is. All right, they added a keyword. They said what size it is. Put all that right here. So you can take a look at our nice little list of keywords here, and we can come up with a subtitle. So let's go with the subtitle. What do you guys think? Before I probably butcher this off the top of my head, what do you guys think that I should put in as a subtitle? Anyone at all as a subtitle? Remember, it's a cow notebook. Very simple cover. Clearly, if I was doing this for real, it would look a little bit better. All right, I'm just going to come up with something based on that list, so let me find that real quick. All right. We have cow gift, so I'm just going to say cow notebook. A great cow gift. Great cow gift for the farmer, or a great cow gift for a local farmer to jot down their notes. All right, this doesn't need to be complicated. A great cow gift, so you put in cow gift. You have, hey, local farmer notes in here. You could put to jot down their notes. You could put any other kind of keyword in here. Just make sure this is readable, because what it's going to look like is it's going to look like this. All right, when it's on Amazon, you're going to see this. You're not going to see book title and subtitle. You're going to see the whole thing like that. So just make sure you don't have to overthink it. It doesn't need to be super long like that one spammy one we looked at. You just need to maybe throw a keyword or two in there from your list, and then you would be good to go. Let's see. Love it, Andrew. Let's see. Notes that move. A great cow gift for local farmer. For notes that move you. I like that. Okay. All right, that's what we're gonna go with. I think that's good. Okay. So don't overthink this. Book title needs to be what's on the book, or if it's too much on the book, what's on the spine. If there's too much on the book and you can't fit it in the title, you have to put something on the spine, otherwise it's not going to go through. Most of the time, that's what I've run into. All right, scrolling down, series, we're not doing a series. Edition number, not doing an edition number. Author, okay? So what you want to do here, first name, last name, this is going to be your brand. So let's see, we can just type in move you. I like the move, okay? Notebooks. So is this going to show up on Amazon as Move You Notebooks? Simple, relevant, everything like that. Cow themed notepad for cow lovers. Oh, that's pretty good too. A great kind of local farmer for notes that move you. You could probably put this in here too. Cow themed notepad for cow lovers. All right, now that's getting a little bit long, right? Remember, like it's gonna look like this as a title, but I don't hate it, so we're gonna keep it like that. I like it. Okay, a great cow gift for a local farmer for notes that move you. Cow themed notepad for cow lovers. I can read it out loud without jumbling over my words. Is typically a good sign that we didn't screw it up, and we're good to go. So Scroll down. You don't have to fill out a series number. You don't have to fill out an edition number. An author, first name, last name, that's going to be your brand. Doesn't have to be your first name. Doesn't have to be your last name. Brand. Think about what's a relevant brand you can come up with that's relevant with the content you're putting online. Okay? No contributors. No contributors. Didn't put anything up there. Now, description. Okay? This description is not really going to help you rank on Amazon. It's just going to show up on mobile. So if you come over here, you see that this person, did a little bit of, bullet points, so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put in what I like their bullet points. So maybe I'll just do 25-page notebook. Sorry if I can't type here. No, 25-page notebook. We'll do paperback. So just stuff that's relevant for the book that people might be wondering. And let's just see here. 6x9 size. And maybe we'll just say flexible, right? If you've ever ordered these things, they're very flexible. Flexible, like they said. All right, so we're not really copying their bullet points. We're just giving them relevant information. Okay. Relevant information to the user. Thanks yourself. Okay, it's not going to help me rank, but if someone lands on this page and wants to buy this product, what do they want to know? What do they want to know? So maybe we'll just put a sentence or two here. We could say, I don't know, let's look at our keyword list. So here's the keywords I came up with. We need a quick description. If you guys have anything off the top of your head, let me know in the comments. But I'm just going to say this simple cow notebook. Let's see. Is the perfect accessory for the local farm to keep track of your cattle. Never forget when shots are due again. That's it. I mean, it doesn't have to be complicated. This stuff's not going to help you rank. It's just there for the customer. Like, when the customer reads the page, what are they going to get from this product? Okay? So, simple enough. Any questions? Let me check the comments here. I have way too many monitors going. I did Kids Learning Book with activity pages. It's my bestseller. That's awesome. Make sure author name used is not a trademark or existing author. Yeah, let me touch on that's. Thank you for that. You want to make sure that the author name that you use, one, isn't another author. So if you publish this, it's not going to go under someone else's author page, right? Because if you publish something and all of a sudden, or let's say you have an author page you've been using and you're publishing and all of a sudden like this random stuff starts popping up that's not relevant to your brand, you're going to be like, well, what's going on? So make sure that's not happening. Make sure that the names you're using here aren't trademarked. But in terms of trademarks, I am not a lawyer, but as long as your books do not have, they're not in a series, there's not like a 1, 2, 3 series book, the names of the books cannot be trademarked. Okay, so you don't really need to worry about that. It's not to say that, let's say, you can't do a Harry Potter book, you can't do a SpaceX book, right? Those are brands. Those are brands that are trademarked. They have more money than us. Don't do it. But if your book says like, I'm trying to think of a trademark off the top of my head. If your book says something random like, I love my cat notebook, and I love my cat is trademarked in t-shirts or whatever else, you can still use that on a notebook because it's part of a book and it's not trademarkable because it's not in a series. So take that as you will. I'm not a lawyer, but everything I've read and talked to people about, that is correct. Okay, let us keep going here. The rest of this is pretty straightforward. The keyword section here we're going to go over in a second. So I own the copyrights and hold necessary publishing rights, or this is public domain. Ask yourself, did we make this book? Yes, we did. So clearly we own the copyrights. Okay, now you're going to have these keyword boxes here. There's 7 keyword boxes. I believe they're 50 characters each. So what do you put in here? Okay, you put in the keywords that you found from Amazon, that you found from Book Bolt, that you pulled from the keyword tool. I'm I'm going to give you a really quick guideline of what you want to put in here. I'm not going to fill them all out, but I want to show you guys what I do. So boxes 1 and 2. So 1 and 2, this is where I'm going to put keywords related to the market. Whoa. I think I must have... give me 1 second. I have something activated here, which I need to turn off. Okay. Boom. All right. So I had a one of the profiles in the lister that I was testing, the book bolt lister. So as you see, I hit a key on my keyboard and it filled everything out for you. Oh my gosh. So let me just go back up here and type this back again. So cow notebook. What did we say here? If you guys could help me out real quick, I don't have this saved. Let's see, we did move you notebooks. No. And I'm just gonna, because I screwed this up, I'm gonna do this real quick here. See, this stuff happens if you have stuff running that you're not familiar with. We're gonna do 25 pages. Paperback. Let's see, flexible. Wow, I can't spell. F-L-E-X-I-B-L, flexible, and 6 by 9. All right. Okay. Paperback, flexible, 6 by 9, and I'm just gonna come out. If you guys don't remember what I put here, I'm just gonna come up with something. We're gonna do, let's see, a great cow gift for the local farmer. For the local farmer to I don't know, jot down their notes. I'm just doing this off the top of my head, guys, because I messed it up. So the description keywords have no effect on search results. Correct. So the description that you put inside of here, okay, so right here, it's going to show up on mobile. So like if you're on your mobile phone, it's going to show up under the products, but it's not going to help you rank on Amazon. Those keywords really aren't going to have an effect on your ranking. So I'm going to add one more thing in here. I'm just going to say this cow notebook is perfect for the local farmer or vet to jot down any notes such as vaccination records or feeding schedules, right? We're just putting stuff in here. We're not overthinking it. It's relevant to the book. And now we get down to this. Now let's see if I can actually type this out correctly again. We'll make it big so you guys can see it. Okay. Keywords. 7 boxes, 50 characters each. And the keywords you want to use are the keywords that you pull. But in order to actually make this, an easy template for you guys to follow, this is what I usually do. So boxes 1 and 2, these are going to be keywords related to the market. Okay? Keywords related to the market. Think about this as like, who is the buyer of this type of book? Okay, so who is the buyer of this type of book? Farmers, vets, veterinarians. I have no idea if I spelled that correct. Don't crucify me. Farmers, vets, cow notebooks. So we're thinking about dairy farmers, dairy farm perhaps. Fill out these with who it's for, like related to the market for the book. The market of the book is not necessarily like the keywords that we found, right? These are, cow gifts, cow journals, cow notebooks. Instead of typing in dairy farm, maybe like cow farm, cow, so on and so forth. Fill out both of these boxes with keywords related to the market. Who's the buyer? Who's the buyer? Okay. Michelle. What about in Google? I hear they work in Google. Yes, so the description itself does end up showing up in Google as the meta description. okay? But keep in mind that it's going to also pull back the product page, the key that is going to have your title and your subtitle in it when it shows up in Google. So those keywords are going to be relevant for Google, but strictly in terms of Amazon, I wouldn't really overthink it. Just make sure you get some keywords in here, and for the description, make sure it's relevant to the customer, what they want to know about it before they actually pull the trigger. All right, back to the keywords, boxes 1 and 2, keywords related to the market, who is the buyer, fill all that in. So boxes 2 and 4 are going to be keywords related to the product itself, okay? What type of book are you selling? So I'm just going to, what type of book are you selling? So this is going to be things like what we just put in here. This is a cow notebook. This is a moo notebook. This is a, I don't know. I'm looking over here. I didn't finish filling all this out because, you know, we don't want to be here for 4 hours. But you're just coming in here and you're typing in stuff like that. So, you know, what type of book are you selling? You don't have to fill up all these boxes. There is no need to do 50 characters in these boxes and fill everything up. Make sure it's relevant. You don't want to put stuff that is not relevant in here. Okay? So that's box 1, 2, 3, and 4. Box 5 are your description keywords. Description keywords. Okay? These are going to be things like cow gift. Okay? We don't, now again, cow gift, you don't have to put commas in here at all. So if you're coming in here, remember, these are description keywords. We're going to say cow gift, space, gift, if I can type, gift for women, items, gag gift, graduation, right? These are just going to be descriptions that relate to your book. Now, I pulled those. Now, I'm not going to write the whole list out. I pulled these from what the research we did earlier. That's why this part is so crucial, is because you're going to take all these keywords that you found and dissect them into these 7 keyword boxes. Okay? That is what we're doing. So I'm just going to change this real quick so you guys can see it. Description keywords. Okay? Oh my God, gift words. Keywords, you know, gift, graduation, lovers, stuff like that. Okay? Box 6 and 7. So 6 and 7, these are going to be keywords related to the niche. Keywords related to the niche. So what terms, right, would someone in the niche of cows, farming, veterinarianism? I don't know if that's a word. In those niches, what keywords would they recognize that maybe you aren't super familiar with, right? So I saw one earlier in the chat, which was, you know, this is going to be box 6 and 7. So let's go to 7 real quick. Agriculture, okay? That's a keyword. We'll look again, veterinary medicine or medicine degree or, you know, veterinary graduation, right? So you want to put those in here, vet graduation, so on and so forth. These are going to be keywords related to the niche, not exactly what you are selling. Why are you repeating the keyword cow? Because what I'm doing is I'm putting cow, let's take this, we'll put this back over here. This is a long tail keyword, right? So if I put in cow gag gift and then I said cow gag gift, gift for kids, gift for women, birthday gift, themed gift, I want to make sure that the whole keyword as a whole, right? Like the long tail keyword, cow gag gift or cow gift for women is in there together so that it stands a better chance at ranking, and it's not like Amazon's guessing, like, okay, you put cow at the beginning, and at the very end of your keyword box, you put gift for women. Like, should these go together? Now, yeah, you'll probably rank for it, but I think you'll stand a better chance ranking for it if you put it together. Just my observation. You don't have to do it that way. That's just how I personally do it when I am uploading. Okay, that's literally as simple as this gets. So box 1 and 2, keywords related to the market. Who's the buyer? Who are you selling to? Okay. Boxes 2, 3, and 4. What type of book are you selling? You know, notebooks, log books, journals, coloring books. Depends on what you're doing. Figure out some different keywords related to that market. The next one, you are going to do keywords related to the niche. Excuse me, the next one is right here, are going to be your description keywords, gift, funny, ugly, terrible, but don't use terrible, right? We're selling these things. Gift, funny, description keywords here, and the next two boxes are going to be keywords related to the niche. Beef, herd, free range, feedlot, other related keywords. That's perfect. So Claude, I think I said your name correctly. Sorry if I didn't. Perfect. You beef, herd, free range, feedlot. And notice I'm not putting any dashes. I'm not putting any commas because that's not what you do here. All right, you just think about all the spammy stuff that you've been told not to do on Amazon. Perfectly okay to do it here because the customer's never going to see it. All right, so just think of this as like relevant spam. All right, it's going to be the keywords you want to put in there, but you're not going to be breaking this up. If you read this out loud to yourself, it would be bad, but it works here. That's allowed, so we'll go with that. Okay, that's the keyword boxes. All right, so that's pretty straightforward. I think you guys can figure that out. That's how I do it. That's how I break up the keywords. That's how I do it for every product. That way I have like a template I follow each and every time. So pretty easy. Finishing up here, adult content. No, we are not doing adult content, and categories. Now, you pick two categories. There's 1.5 million categories on Amazon. You click this, how on earth are you supposed to find anything in here, right? So what I like to do is we'll go back over here. We'll just click on BookBolt. We actually released a free tool here called the KDP Category Finder. All right, we'll type in cow, and right here, nonfiction, animals, cows. It's relevant, and it's exactly what we want. You can come in here and you can type in, farm, see what comes back, farm animals, so it could fit in here too. Let me type in cow again. Let me find out that was juvenile, nonfiction, animals, cows. Okay. Coming back over here, categories. Let's make that nonfiction. Or did I see juvenile, nonfiction, animals? This is how much I hate this process. Now you could actually put this in the BookBolt lister, but I'm going to try to find it. Animals, it should be in here somewhere. Animals right here, and now we have cows. Okay, whew. That's our first category. You can put another category in there. You could do non-classifiable. That's a totally relevant option too. I'm just going to keep it here because I don't want to make this video super long. But yeah, I definitely use that. If you go to BookBolt, I'll just show you guys how to do this. Go to BookBolt, load it up, go to Resources, KDP Category Finder, okay? And then you just type in a random keyword like, I don't know, dog, and all of a sudden you have relevant keywords here instead of going through that giant category tree each and every time, which is awful. All right, so going back here, why juvenile? This is meant for adults. Yeah, okay, that's fair. That's fair. So we can come in here. Juvenile nonfiction. We'll close that. Oh my God. Let's see. We will go to nonfiction. Let's see if animals is in here. They may not have. I'm not seeing it here. So good point. Good point on what you just brought up. You said why juvenile? This is meant for adults. If you're looking in here, now I'm just taking a real quick look. I don't actually see something under nonfiction for animals and for cows. That's probably why. So in this case, what I would do if I was like really serious about making sure it's perfect. Now again, my philosophy here is make sure it's close enough. Amazon is going to put it into other categories when it goes live. That's kind of just a guideline for them. You can always find a category on Amazon and send it to the KDP team. But what I'm seeing here, I'm glad you brought that up. I don't see an animal section, which is probably why under nonfiction here. I don't know if it's under fiction. Yeah, not seeing it. So that's probably the reason why. Okay. Let's see. you talk more about the category. I'm spending too much time trying to figure out which one I need to use. Yeah, so go to Bookbolt. Okay, click on Resources, KDP Category Finder. All you do is you enter in your main keyword and pick 2 of the categories that are, close and relevant to what you're doing. So let's just say you were doing a dog journal, right? All I did was I searched for dog here, and I can come over here and say, okay, nonfiction, pets, dogs, general. Now the reason cows probably aren't showing up in here because cows aren't typically considered pets when we did that search, but come in here, pick 2 categories. Your categories don't need to be perfect. Okay, they need to be close. Close enough is good for me. I've never had a problem picking something that's close to relevant. Dogs, general, good enough for me. Put it up, because what Amazon's going to do is they're going to take that category that you selected, and they're going to take a look at the book, and they're going to spread it into multiple different categories on Amazon, which aren't always going to match up with what you selected. I can never find the coloring book category again. So I don't know. You type in coloring here, see if anything comes back. Yeah, so they may not be a coloring category. So, draw right here. Nonfiction, art, techniques, or drawing. Juvenile, nonfiction, art, or drawing. You could pick one of these, and once it's live on Amazon and you find another book on Amazon that's in a specific category, send them an email. Say, hey, I think this book would be really good in this category, and they'll go, I agree, and they'll put it into the category. Is there anyone who can answer how much time it takes to become a bestseller? That completely depends on the niche, the competition, how many items you're selling. I mean, if you're picking one of these really, really obscure categories and you sell like 5 books, all of a sudden you're a bestseller, right? Because like no one's buying in these categories. But if you're trying to sell a book in like finance and you sell 5, you are far, far off from being a bestseller. So it all really, really depends. All right. So last box here. Let's continue. Does it contain adult content? No, it does not. I have never really run into any place where I've selected yes here. Even when I have like curse words and stuff on my covers, haven't run into an issue. If in doubt, ask KDP. That's always been my philosophy, and I think it should be yours too. So we'll just click save and continue here. All right, the next thing, you get a little box. Do you want to use your own ISBN? I'm assuming you don't have one, so click, yeah, assign me a free ISBN. All right, that was easy enough. Now we have a free ISBN on Amazon. All right, publication date. This is optional. You don't need to do this because when you push live, it's going to enter in the date that you push live on, so pretty easy. Print options. Very, very, very important here. Okay, black and white interior with cream paper, black and white interior with white paper, or color interior with white paper. Way back when we did these, can't find it. Way back when we did this, right? And we did this, and we put all of this stuff together. We selected white paper in the designer, and let me find it again. Hold on. And I don't know where it is. Let's just go back here. I'll show you again. So let's just say you want an interior, resources, interior wizard. Click the blue button. All right. These are all for white paper. White paper. Notice how they're white. Okay. If you're doing one inside of the designer, which I think I closed, you have an option to change this to cream paper or color paper. We selected white paper. So that is what you want to select. Trim size, okay? You can select different trim size, but this has to match up with what you created. We made a 6x9 cover, 25 pages. We made a 6x9 interior, 25 pages. So clearly we pick a 6x9 trim size, and we did bleed, all right? Notice how no bleed is sitting over here, automatically checked bleed. Everything bleed, it's just way easier. You'll run into way less problems. And finally, you pick paperback, cover finish. Matte or glossy does not matter. So this is personal preference. If you guys have ever ordered any of these, you'll be able to kind of make up your own mind. And finally, manuscript. So this is where you're going to upload your interior file here. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that. Interior file. I have no idea what I called it, so give me a second. Monthly. I called it monthly something. Yeah, here we go. All right, so that is uploading. Any questions? So it's going to take a while to upload this, right? The second thing you do is book cover. You don't want to use this cover creator. It is just god awful. Select the next button that says upload a cover you already have. Okay. This right here, I'm going to save this real quick. Cow cover. And let me bring this back. So remember, this is what it was normally. We selected upload a cover you already have. We're going to upload your cover file. I'm going to find it on my other screen. Give me one moment. Cover. Okay, now we're uploading. So this typically, once this little thing goes away, this can take a while. All right, so Amazon, depending on how their servers are acting, can take quite a bit of time. So any questions while this is going? Is anyone responding to support tickets? Yes, they are, Donna. 2 days. Time-sensitive question. Donna, if you have any issues with like billing or anything, they are being responded to as they come in. Don't worry about it. We will get to them. So no problems there. I always do one of each, matte and glossy, because every person has a preference. Michelle, that's a good point. Every person does have a preference, but I don't personally know if people are shopping, like when as a customer, right? You go to Amazon and you're like, okay, I really want a calendar. I don't know if people are like, I really want a glossy calendar. I really want a matte calendar. I don't know if they are shopping that in that way. You could do both. I have to test it. I have not done that. I typically just pick matte. I think it kind of feels better. Book Scout. Yeah, okay, so while this is working, notice it's processing the name, it's processing the file. This can take, who knows how long. Real quick, the Book Scout. So what this is going to do, the Book Scout, we are continuously working on it. You want to take a book on KDP. Okay, so let's just say you're in the cloud. Let's do this. Let's do, we'll just keep this the same, so on and so forth. Click this. When you're using the Book Scout, what you want to do is you want to take the ASIN of a book that has a ton of reviews and has a lot of sales, right? So like any of these would work. One of the ones I like to use down here usually talks about passwords. I haven't looked at it in a while. But what you want to do is take a book that is selling extremely well. These are all KDP books, right? Take that ASIN, throw it in the Book Scout, click on search. Now the Book Scout can take quite a long time because it is going out there and pulling so much data in. Run it on a book in your niche that's doing very, very well, that's a KDP book. Give it time, and when it's done, you want to go in and you want to sort those results by the keywords, okay? Because the ones it's going to be ranking for might be like way down the page. It's going to take a while to get to them. Sort it by the keywords once it's done, and those are going to be all the relevant keywords, which you can then add to your list here. So we'll just pull up this. You can add all those keywords into this list. By the time you get to the page on KDP, you can start filling those out. I'm late. Are you going to save this live? Yes, it will be saved. We're going to upload it inside of BookBolt as well, so no worries there. Let's see. For smaller notebooks, wouldn't it be worth it to try it in black and white and color? I went over this a little bit earlier. I personally don't do color simply because it's really, really expensive. Someone in the comments actually mentioned if it's under 40 pages, you can typically price it around $8 and actually still make a profit there. So something to test is just not something I've done, so I don't want to speak to it if it's not something I'm actively doing. But test it out for sure. It's all about testing it out, finding out what sells, what works. Love Book Scout, use all the time. Awesome. Meaning list the same book twice. One is black and white, second book in color. You could do that. The reason I don't is the interiors I'm using aren't color. They're all black and white to begin with. I'm really not. I mean, what we went over earlier with changing these out, you could try that in color. Totally could. Just not something I've done. So let me find this. Okay, here we go. Right, uploaded finally. Looks good. Let's launch this previewer real quick. Hopefully this doesn't take a while. All right, looks good, looks good. Approve. Click on approve. All right, right. So now we go down, and now it's been approved. This is your printing cost: $2.15 per book. All right, you can see these other marketplaces, the printing cost. The reason this is so cheap is I did a 25-page book. Think about that when you're doing specialized books. You can get away with doing like 25-page coloring books, right? Those take a little bit more time. I didn't really speak on them today. Big money there because you don't have to put that many pages in them. Okay, so everything looks good. Save and continue. We'll go to the next page here. We'll get to the next page. All right, this is the final page, right? It's 3 tabs: paperback details, content, and rights and pricing. Right here, you can select individual territories, which, oh my gosh, there are a lot of them. I just pick all, right? Worldwide rights, it's the easiest thing to do. And now the pricing and royalty. So we have a 25-page book. You can come in here, if I could type here, $6.99. Why won't it let me type? 5. I don't know. My 6 key may be broken. It's $5.99. You'll see your royalties $1.44. All right, maybe you can push this to, I don't know, 7. I'll change your royalty. $2.64, 25 pages. You'll see all these other marketplaces. I typically do not change this. I will go with Amazon.com right here. Right? I will put in a price I want to sell my book at, typically around $5.99 to $8.99. All right, but again, guys, if you're doing your research in here, let's say you found a niche, you're looking at, let's do this again. This cow search. All right, I'll look at this results data. I'll say average price $6.89. That is probably what I would want to put in here. It looks like my 6 key might be broken, so we're just going to do $7.99. But I like to price middle of the road. This really depends on what you're doing. If you upload a simple notebook, middle of the road or lower might be really good. If you uploaded a coloring book that's super unique and doesn't exist on Amazon, price it what you want. It can command a higher price because you put more time into it. All about what is the market willing to spend. If you price your book at $25 and the market, laughs at you and says, no way, not worth it, then you're not going to make any sales. So it's all about pricing to your particular market. Look at the reviews that people are putting out on products that already exist in that niche. Look at products that are selling. Figure out what the market is willing to spend and price accordingly. Okay. Glossy or matte. If a lot of review says I wish cover was glossy, then let that be your guide. Perfect. Exactly. I mean, it's really up to you, but if you see a bunch of reviews on Amazon that's like, oh, I really hate this glossy cover, then don't do a glossy cover. That's perfect advice. That's exactly what I do. That's why I always read the reviews when I'm doing this type of research. So for the pricing, that's literally what I do. I don't really overthink this. I don't change any of these other marketplaces. I let the Amazon.com price dictate what these are. So it'll change automatically. And the next thing you have to do is come down here and just click publish your paperback book. And it takes about 24 to 48 hours generally when things are running smoothly to show up. Typically it's way faster than that, but if KDP falls behind, it could be a lot longer. It really just depends. So that is the entire process from beginning to end. I know I sped up a little bit in places. So guys, if there's any questions, anything I can answer for you, help you out at all, drop a comment. I'm going to hang around for just a few minutes as I close out some of these tabs I opened up. But that's basically the entire process. So you do expanded distribution. Yep, I'm going to keep expanded distribution on until KDP tells me not to. I don't see a reason to turn it off. But again, if that's something that you are worried about and you're not sure, I would definitely reach out to KDP. I don't run the program, I just sell through it. So always a good thing to ask. They're so much more responsive than, say, Merch by Amazon, which I really appreciate. All right. Anything I can answer for you guys before we finish up here? We have been on. I wanted to make this webinar shorter than the last one. It looks like we're coming up on 2 hours, so I completely failed at that goal. I do appreciate you guys sticking around. It's been quite a long time. But I know there's a lag on YouTube, so can you talk about Puzzle Whiz? Yeah, so Puzzle Whiz, we're doing some optimizations for the puzzles right now. Just to let you guys know, if you're running into any issues, we are currently working on moving to a new server. It is getting hammered from the amount of puzzles people are creating. So I know it's a lot to ask, but a little bit of patience there as we move it to a new server. But essentially what Puzzle Whiz is going to do, let me open that up real quick. Give me 1 second. Okay. This is what Puzzle Whiz looks like. If you guys are inside of BookBolt and you go to your subscription settings page, you can activate a trial of this. This is really helpful for creating different puzzle interiors. I don't know if any of you have tried to create these manually. I personally can't create them manually. I tried once and that was the end of that. But what these are going to do is going to allow you to create different puzzles. So I'm just going to click on download your last document. This right here is a Kakuro puzzle. So these are all the puzzles you can create in here. They're all done via math in the back end, or let's say you want to do a word search puzzle here. We have example files. So you'd want to download one of these, fill out your file as a CSV, not CSV. Very, very important. Then you'd upload it, and then it will create a puzzle based on that. But Sudoku, crossword, word search, cryptogram, word scramble, missing vowel maze, and Kakuro. What I have found works best. What I have found works best is using the method we went over near the beginning of creating those unique interiors, mixing and matching the puzzles inside of a book, right? So you're not just doing a maze book, you're not just doing a Sudoku book, you're mixing and matching them. We call those activity books. So that is how that works. Okay. Why isn't Puzzle Whiz part of BookBolt? We acquired Puzzle Whiz I don't know, 6 to 8 months ago. Totally different team of people that work on it. That is why. Can you add pictures to Sudoku? So, Michelle, that's going to be PDFs that you'd want to use the method we went over in the beginning to add those different images inside of another program or platform such as Google Slides. So that's how you'd want to do that. If I buy design with license premium and someone took the same design before me, is it okay or copyright? So if you are buying a design and you bought a commercial license for it, then yes, you can use that and sell it commercially. If we have the lifetime subscription, is this free? I'm assuming you're asking about Puzzle Whiz. There should be the free trial for you on your subscription settings page. Is CSV an Excel doc or a Word doc? .csv is Excel. You just have to, it's comma, delimited files, something like that. Comma separated values, sorry. But yeah, that's what you want to save it as. No, for kids Sudoku, they do pics, not numbers. Oh, no, currently, Michelle, that is not possible. All right, any last minute questions? We're coming up on 2 hours here. I'll give it a few and then we will pop off. I do appreciate all of you guys sticking around. It's been quite a while. But hopefully we went over a lot of good stuff. You learned something, can implement it inside your business, which is the goal of these webinars, which we'll probably be doing some more in the future. So just know that. So, okay, no more questions I'm seeing popping up right now. Again, I do appreciate all of you guys sticking around. If there's anything you want to know, please just drop a comment and we'll swing back around for those. And make sure you keep an eye out on the webinar tab inside of BookBolt, as we will more than likely be doing more of these in the future. So appreciate you guys and have a good rest of your day.